right, hello. This is me. I am nobody. And you will quickly find that out. However, I'm just here making a video because I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and they're talking about past life regression and things in that nature. And you know what? I sat back and thought, you know what? I have a story to tell. Not really a story, just something for me. And it's something for me because maybe no one will watch this. And if you do, you probably won't care because you're like, who are you? Next. And I'm fine with that. However, I just wanted to put this out there because it's for me. So when I'm old and senile, I can go back and think, I remember when that happened. I remember. I might be senile and be like, who are we watching? I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to tell you about a dream I had. And I assume it's one of my past lives. I'm going to take it like that anyway because I can. However, you want to take it is different. So I'm going to start off. I was probably 13 when I had this dream. And I'm going to probably be saying a lot. I apologize. And I'm probably going to be looking off in the distance. Yes. Because those are my thinking eyes. My remember when eyes. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, told you. And I have hair in my mouth. People with long hair, you get it. You get it. So, 13 years old. Lay back. I had a dream. And it started off like a old black and white, you know those old movies, black and white, that would they were silent movies, and so they would come to a picture and they'd show the scene, and then they'd go to a black and white picture, and it have the text of she said this and he slapped the dog, or that's horrible. I don't know what kind of movies that was. Anyway, so yeah, you get it. So they're old black and white movies. Well, that's what happened, and so I had a dream. It was black and white, and it said then in real big letters, ... So I come to the scene, and the scene was a man sitting at a kitchen table, a lady washing dishes or cooking or something, and then a baby on the floor on this rug. I don't know if the baby was playing, if the baby was sitting down eating. I don't know. I just see a baby. In my dream, well, I guess as me and know I'm going into a dream, I want to just automatically go to the woman. But something is pulling me towards the man. So I was like, fine, I guess we're going to go towards the man. So I went towards the man. And instead of seeing the scene, I'm now in it. So I'm sitting down at the table, being the man, and I look at the lady. The lady had long, blonde, curly hair. Look at the baby, and the baby is just sitting there. I don't know what the baby was doing. So I was feeling sad inside. And I remember just sitting there, feeling depressed and down and sad, looking at the lady, and I thought, I love her. I assume that was my wife. And then looking at the baby, thinking to myself, I'll never see my child grow up. And so, cut scene, went to the next one. I was looking straight. And I wasn't looking at anything. I was just looking straight. But I could see somebody in my face over here yelling at me. But me, the person that's dreaming, wanted to look and turn and see who is yelling at me. But I couldn't. I was stuck looking straight. So I'm just seeing this go on. All of a sudden, I feel a tear run down my face, and yelling, and so then I hear go, And I turn, and me and several other people just start running. And we're all in camouflage uniforms. And some are holding guns and some aren't. And we're running towards the helicopter. So I see the helicopter, we're running and we're going, and we sit down. And I'm looking around and I'm looking at what they were, my friends. And they were all in uniform. So from there, I take it I was like in some war. I don't know the other parts. I don't know the in-betweens. I don't know, like, we landed, where did we land, where was I don't know any of that part. But I do remember coming back on the helicopter, and I was laying down, and the helicopter was taking off, and somebody saying, "You're not going to make it." And at the beginning, when it's at the silent movie and it said then, after it said, "You're not going to make it," closed scene, black, and now, ... And I slowly woke up. So you had the then and now. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it probably explains also, I assume, I was shot. And so that also explains why when I was younger, I fear of guns. Fear. And this was before I had this dream. And I remember telling one of my cousins that I already knew how I was going to die. And they're like, "How can you say that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna get shot. That's what's going to happen." And so then having this dream and getting older and understanding my dream, now I'm like, I'm not going to get shot now. Well, I don't think so. I don't know. But I think that's probably an old feeling that I had. So in my past life, that's brought to this life. And that's probably where that came from. So while I'm on the subject, I'm going to go ahead and tell you another dream that I had. And this one is with my great-grandmother. And so she was in the hospital. And I think at this time she's been in and out. And so this time she was in. And I had a dream that... So backstory, my grandmother only spoke Spanish. She didn't know any English. She never spoke English around me. And I don't know Spanish. And so our, communication wasn't there. But I was like 11, 12, and I would go visit her, and she would talk to me. And she would talk to me, and I'm like, yeah. Because I didn't know what she was saying. So in my dream, it was like we were just in a black room, but it was like a white light, like, if someone shined a light through a tunnel. It was just a cylinder light coming down. And so I see my grandmother in the distance, and she has flowers, and I see her, and I'm like, "Hey, Grandma," and she gives me the flowers, and she starts talking to me. And I'm like, yeah. And I can see the look on her face. Like, she's getting irritated. And I've never seen my grandmother irritated. And I was just like, what'd I do? What happened? I'm sorry. And she just grabs my hands and holds them and says, "I love you." And I was like, oh, she never spoke or English to me. So I was like, what? I was like, that was incredible. I was like, "I love you too, Grandma." And she smiled and she walked away. And I was just like, wow, when I slowly woke up. Well, maybe 20 minutes later, 30, my dad comes into my room and he says, "Your grandmother died." And I just look at him and say, "I know." So that was another dream that I had. Those are dreams that to this day, I'm like, they mean a lot to me. So I just thought I share my experience because there's others out there that are doing the same. And also, I'm sure the sound of this sucks. It's unedited. I don't care. So you can run with it or you can run from it. But I also know that a lot of videos are on there or out there talking about paranormal. And I say a lot of videos. It's probably just because that's what I listen to. So, and that's what catches my eye. And so there's paranormal and there's Ouija board experiences. I have those. So I'm probably going to upload another video just because, like I said, they're not for everyone out there to view. It's basically for me because these are my videos that, like I said, I'm going to get old and senile one day. Or maybe something happens and, it's something that here somebody can remember me by, right? God, is that morbid or what? Anyway, so I will probably be telling you I have a couple of Ouija board experiences. I have ghost experiences that happen to me personally. So whenever I feel like it, I'll put more videos up. But in the meantime, that's my story. So take it how you will. All right. Bye.